Welcome everyone, welcome to another preview. This is MetalCanyon and we'll be previewing the game called Barotrauma by Fakefish and Undertow Games. This is a very interesting game to me because it deals with submarines, which I'm very interested in. It deals with cooperative multiplayer, which is also very fun usually, although it is fully capable of single-player gaming as well. But it's also sort of sci-fi and RPG-ish. So it's a strange mix of many things that I like. And let me show you, actually. The essence of the game is you're on a strange new satellite around Jupiter, I believe. And it's full of very nasty things, including alien artifacts. And you use submarines to dive its strange chemically depths and high pressure. So when you start a new game, obviously, like I said, this is a single player and multiplayer game, and I'll get more into the multiplayer later. Let's just do the single player right now. Because the game is still in early access, the AI is available to play with you, but it's not very good at the moment, but it is doable. And of course there's little campaign available, it's more like a sandbox. But when you start a new game or when you play multiplayer, you have many subs available. Well, quite a few subs available. And the beauty of this also is that you can always download more subs from the workshop. And we'll also get more into that later. Let's do the dugong because it's a fairly small sub that will be useful for the demonstration. So, I think this will be a lot like in the actual campaign. And by the way, you can also play the campaign in multiplayer, which means that you actually have a certain amount of money. As you can see here, 8,700 credits. And you have to pay for everything. For new people, these are all AIs obviously, or for more items from the store. And you might notice that there is a lot of stuff you can buy, including some of this really weird stuff like signal check components, Wi-Fi components, multiply and memory components, and, you know, lots and lots of stuff. And again, this is quite complex. I'll get more into that later. You can also repair all walls or all items, which is, you know, 500 to charge, but I think it's best if you just do it yourself. Anyway, you start at a certain colony on the outskirts, or I suppose not as deep. I'm not sure if this is... I think this denotes depth, so the closer to the center you get, the deeper you go into the oceans. But like I said, I'm not sure. And I don't know what the story is just yet, apart from the fact that you're on one of weird new Jupiter's satellites, which apparently have alien ruins and lots of human habitats and such, and research stations. So this is where you choose where you want to go. You usually have a few choices, and right now we can go to the Agave Linea, the natural formation, or the Sparti Linea fortification, a military outpost. And depending on which one you choose, you obviously will have other ways to go after that if you arrive successfully, but you can also take a mission if you so choose. So for example, here we've got a terminate a swarm or medical item transport. And over here, we've got lots of them. Wow. Let's do an artifact one, which I probably will not do successfully. But let's do that. Right now, like I said, this is still in early access, so the missions are a bit more basic. But the cool thing is there's a lot to do already. Like I said, you can sometimes have to kill swarms of weird creatures, or killing a hammerhead, which is a much bigger thing and a much more of a threat to your ship. You can salvage artifact from alien ruins. You can just transport stuff. But let's start the mission before I babble on too much about it. There we go. So, this is how the game looks. And now these are just AIs. The Marcy, Gallardo, no, actually, wait a second. Who am I? I am Alfredia Elliott. Right now, I don't think it's possible to actually choose your... Is it possible to choose your name? Anyway, it doesn't matter. This is just random. And these two are AIs, or computer-controlled. This is how the game looks. It's a cross-section of a submarine. And I love cross-section games like this. I just love it. This is the engine room. Remember, this is more of a basic sub right now, because it's smaller, but it is quite useful. It can do a lot of the things the larger subs can as well. I don't think it has a fabricator. More on that later. Does it have a fabricator? No, it doesn't. Anyway, so it's all 2D, and you might have noticed that the animations are a bit strange, and the reason for that is because everything is made out of sprites, and all the limbs move on their own, as you can see. You can also crouch and move in a strange fashion, or you can press space and ragdoll. So in that respect, it's kind of funny, but there is a reason for this, because the game uses ragdoll physics when the sub, for example, gets crashed into something, which is quite often the case, especially if you get flooding and you cannot keep your depth. But also other animations like repairing things and swimming and so on and so forth. So there's no really sort of set animations, it's all very fluid. And I admit at the start this seemed very sort of strange. There's the outside, by the way. It seemed very sort of strange, but once you get used to it, it's actually kind of cool. I do enjoy it. But anyway, so everything is made out of sprites, but don't let that fool you. Because underneath all of this is actually a very, very complex and working system. This is one of the things that I really enjoy in games. Complexity. This is a ballast tank, by the way. This will fill up with water as we undocked from the station here. This is one of the things I really enjoy in games. There's a turret, by the way. Complexity. And this game, at first glance, might look, you know, interesting. There's lots of stuff here, but most of this stuff is probably just cosmetic, right? All these lines and these supercapacitors, but no. The nicest thing is everything you see has a purpose, pretty much. And I mean everything. All these things, these air vents circulate air from the oxygen pump. This is the helm control. This is the status monitor of the submarine. This is the station, by the way. These coil gun loaders ensure that you have ammunition for the coil guns, for the turrets. There's an alarm up here, and all these lines, the blue lines, the red lines, what was that? These systems all have to be connected. If I find a screwdriver, for example, where would a screwdriver be? Probably in engineering here. Let's see, there's a screwdriver, there's some wires here, there's some fuel rods. This is a nuclear reactor, by the way, which has to be either controlled manually or automatically. And you can overload it and then have it catch on fire and so on and so forth. But if I go to if I equip the screwdriver, now I have a screwdriver. If I go and try to rewire this, look at this. We've got power in, so to power this thing, and we've got velocity X out for the engines, velocity Y out for the ballast pumps. We've got signal 1, 2, 3, which is the custom stuff you can do to a relay component. I'm not sure what that is. Electrical discharge coil outside, the nuclear reactor to shut it down, and some toggle docking for some AND components, which then go to the hatches and so on. So what I'm trying to say is, it might look simple, it might look cool, but everything you see has some kind of almost everything you see has some kind of a connection, some kind of a system built in, and that's really cool. Once you get to know these systems, you can see that they're very complex in a way, but also surprisingly simple and, you know, just cool. So anyway, let's go do this. We're going to undock. I'm going to tell the engineer over here to operate the reactor. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is still very basic in early access. So there we go, the reactor is powering up. And of course, if you don't have enough energy, all the lights will be off, the engines won't work, the oxygen generator won't work, and so on and so forth. So there we go, the lights have come on. We've got lights! No more emergency lighting in the sub. But you also have to remember that the fuel rods don't last forever. You can create your own. I'll send you to operate the turret down here. There, fire it well. So they'll come over here and use this periscope to use a turret. And also, because I know that things will go bad, I'm going to get a diving mask and a welding tool. just in case. The welding tool allows you to repair walls of the submarine when you have a breach, and also, of course, weld doors and hatches and so on. So, let us undock. There we go. Now we've undocked. Now we can see the monitor is showing us the oxygen levels in the sub, but also the ballast tanks have water. So, this is our sub. Let's do an active sonar. I really like how this looks. This looks so cool. It doesn't really show you what there is, it just shows you that there is a bounce off of something. So this is obviously the station here, and these are the walls. So the way you pilot the sub, you can do autopilot to maintain the position, or to go to the agave linea. But autopilot is not that great. You can do much better yourself. But you gotta remember that the sub is a pretty big and lumbering thing. So you have to be careful. You can hear the engine spooling up there. And of course you can also see the ballast tanks filling up. But yeah, you have to be careful. You cannot turn on a dime. Well, you don't turn at all, you just go in reverse. But you also have to anticipate what's coming. Oh, see? I want to slow down my descent velocity, but this actually, after piloting other subs, I have to say this one is very nimble. It responds to your controls very quickly. So if I point it over here, we have something coming in. Yeah, they're firing. So I'm assuming it's some kind of things that want to chomp on us. Let's try to get some distance between us and them, but I think they will be eating through the hull. Come on. Yeah, they're eating through the hull. Come on, get them. Firing target down. Excellent. That's one down. I think we got them all, actually. Excellent. Yeah, we did. So if I do autopilot now to maintain position, because I don't want to bump into anything, let's go see if there's any damage done. Now, the systems will not tell you about damage. Oh, that pump is broken, I think. I need a wrench. No, it's not broken. Nothing here. Ooh. It might be broken. I need a wrench to repair that. Also that one, for some reason. Systems do deteriorate in the sub. No, nothing here. Let's check over here. No? Okay, so it must have been... They must have been attacking somewhere over here, but didn't really do any damage, so that's good. They can bite through the hull, which causes leaks, and they can even go through the hull and then into the ship, which is not a very pleasant experience and usually results in death. But that's the really cool thing about this game. It can get quite creepy once you start diving. How far are we, actually? We're 1.2 kilometers under the surface. And remember, this is not water. Well, I think it's not water. I think it's like other stuff. And there's so much pressure here that if you go out without a diving suit, you will die within seconds. What is that? Okay, we're trying to go to there. Didn't I? Oh no, never mind. Look, there's an infrasonic signal down there. That's where we want to go. And as you can see, I have to put a lot of power into reverse. Actually, slow the sub down. Come on. Velocity 6, 5, 4, 3. I don't want to crash into that. There we go. Oh, there's something big coming. Oh, bloody hell. Something very big coming. Come on. Operate this weapon. I don't know what it is, but it's something big. Let's go check it out. What is it? Oh, bloody hell, it's one of those things. No, no, no. I think we're gonna die. No, he actually killed it. Look at that thing. Isn't that creepy? That's so cool. No, this thing will love to ram your boat and cause some major damage. Why are all these pumps going? Let's repair damaged systems. Yeah. So the engineer will go around and repair things. When you're playing multiplayer, you can select various classes, from assistant to captain, engineer, mechanic, and security officer, and medical. And the cool thing is, despite the fact that there's no real stats at the moment, I think, even though it says that, you know, you're getting XP for, I don't know, piloting. It mostly, I don't know, it's hidden anyway. But the cool thing is, if you're a captain, for example, you can still heal other people. Let me show you actually. If I go to Macy here and press H, I'll see that they're in good order. But if they had some problems, they would appear on here, and the game would suggest suitable treatments for them. But because I'm not a medical guy... Oh, bloody hell, what is that? Oh, that's probably just the body of that thing. Yeah, okay. That bloody scared the heck out of me. That's so cool. Because I'm not a medic, I might be applying the wrong medicine to people. That is those are the runes, I think, already, because they're blocky. That's quite a nice axis here. So let's see. How can we get there? Yes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Where were you going? Whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. I think I was eating a bit too much power from the sub. Alright, let's go to passive sonar, so we're a little quieter. Now, I don't think these guys will... Well, you can have them follow you, but I'll do this myself. I will get a... I think a cutter would be good as well. Let's see. No. Oh yeah, let me show you this. This is just a sort of a fraction of medical items. Naloxone, morphine, broad-spectrum antibiotics, antibiotic glue, liquid oxygenite, adrenaline, stabular, blah, blah, blah. I mean, there's some sci-fi stuff and some real stuff in here, but the really cool thing is, if you apply the wrong stuff, you can get side effects, you can get worse outcomes, you can get addicted to opiates, and so on and so forth, so it's really cool. If I equip this armor, will that override... Yeah, that will override my suit. Okay, never mind. So let's get a harpoon gun and some full revolvers here. 2 of them. We don't seem to have any extra bullets here. But I also want to get a cutting tool, just in case I'll need it, because I don't know what we'll need. But it might be up here at the airlock. But see, if you're playing the game yourself, it's all very fun and cool. So I want an underwater scooter, a cutter, and maybe a sonar as well. And an extra battery cell, even though I'll need some space. Yeah, but when you play it multiplayer, the game can really shine. But at the same time, it has the same problems as other multiplayer games in the way that it can become an absolute dog when people are nasty. Let's equip this, and let's go. Let's also close that. Alright, so now we're gonna try to get into the ruins. I don't want to be too close to the engine there. Where the heck are the ruins? Are they that far away? There they are. Okay, so now we have to find an entrance. And the alien ruins can be quite dangerous, so we have to be careful there. So we know for a fact that the signal... Yeah, that's not going to help me at all. We know for a fact that the signal was coming from there. So I'm going to try to get into that part of the ruins. Ah, okay, we'll have to come in from the bottom, I guess. But this is the really cool thing. Exploration of these ruins, which can be dangerous or lucrative, or both. You can also... Oh, hello, fish. We have to be careful about any possible... critters here that might want to eat us, because we're out here alone with no backup, so it can get a little bit... Where the heck do I get in? That's not an entrance, is it? No. So it's usually good to have a buddy or two with you. And of course I have a limited supply of oxygen. I didn't take any oxygen with me. That was very stupid, indeed. But for the purposes of this demonstration, let me just show you a little bit here. I'm going to ignore the fact that I forgot oxygen, which you shouldn't really do. But you have to replenish the oxygen supplies with the oxygen generator by putting the oxygen bottles in from the suits. You have to recharge the batteries. You have to repair things as they break down or get damaged by attacks. You can use the cutter to collect minerals from here. Now these are the ruins, of course, so they won't have the minerals we need. Where the heck is the entrance? It must be on the other side. This is quite annoying. Aw, man. Could I just cut through it, maybe? Probably not. Oh, I could. Interesting, okay. I should have just done that there, then. I didn't know you could actually cut through the alien ruins. Okay. Now, the reason why I have a sonar with me is because, I want to find my boat again. If you're playing multiplayer, you better make sure that the captain or whoever, or the security, is gonna make sure that nobody moves the sub while, you know, while you're outside. Because otherwise, you will get left alone, and with little idea of where the sub is or how to get back. So I'm gonna try to get through here. Not really sure how this is going to work. And apparently, I'm hurting myself with this. I guess it's too hot. Come on. Ouch, yes, I'm burning myself somehow. I'm not really sure how. There we go. So now we've created a huge breach into the alien ruins. It's filling up with water, as you can see. What is that? Probably something dangerous. Ugh. What the heck is that? Alien power cell. Interesting. Alien button. Ah! Whoa! There we go. That's pumped all the water out. But unfortunately... Oh. I will need water here. So please do so. I don't think the artifact is here, though. And yes, we are running out of oxygen now. I could just leave the suit down here, but the problem is the pressure might kill me almost instantly. Yeah, because I use that... You can see the funny animations here. Because I use that alien pump there, the water is coming in very slowly now. I think I have some oxygen. No, that's welding fuel tank, oxygen tank. There we go. I'll probably switch that out. Come on. You can do it. But apart from that, in multiplayer, for example, there's the campaign. There's the single missions, which is usually best for pickup groups, because, you know, people come and go. But there's also PvP, which is quite interesting. What the heck is this? There's another door here. Where it's about 15 versus 15 people, each in their own subs. And they're trying to attack each other. Or, well, they're trying to destroy each other. Can I open this? No. Good. Now I cannot get back. Get back! Okay, I need oxygen. There. The UI could use a little bit of work still. It's a little bit clunky, to be completely honest. But it is very workable once you know how to operate it. Now, can I find that artifact? Whoa, 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 whoa! That was cool. There's nothing here. Water is flooding everything. I'm probably not in the right area. That's why it pays to have friends to tell you where that signal is coming from. Ah. There you go. But this game has so much potential. It is still, like I said, in fairly early access, but it has so much potential with so many things to do. And because of the systems it uses... Whoa! It's just brilliant. What the hell is this? Oh. Oh, it's a puzzle. Wait, wait, wait. No, no, no. So if I do this... Oh, that closes it all. No, no, not that one. That changes them. I want that one. Come on. There we go. And I just got zapped. That's one of the dangers of going through the alien ruins. Come on, wake up. Wake up. Get out of here. We've got burns now. There you go. Tonic liquid. But every time I do this... Oh no, never mind. I thought it was gonna give me a different... Blood hell. Can I get through? No. I'm probably just gonna die here. Yes! I did. You can see that the world of Barotrauma is very, very dangerous. So if I go to retry now, let me just show you what happens if your boat starts taking on water, which is also very fun in a way, and it'll happen a lot, more than you think. Let's take that, and then let's just undock. Go to active sonar. Oh yeah, come on, start the reactor. There we go. Active sonar, please. Gotta wait for the nuclear reactor to build up the voltage and everything. Alright, I'm going to try and crash into a wall just for demonstration purposes. Come on, as fast as possible. Gonna pick up speed and then just crash. And that will of course means that rooms will start taking on water. You have the ballast tanks which can pump them out, but you also have bilge pumps which will usually automatically turn on if they are wired to do so, and most of the subs have it wired to do so. I will show you that in a bit. There's some aliens coming. I call them aliens anyway. There, let's... They might choose through the hull anyway. I'm descending very slowly. I don't think it's going to be enough to cause any damage, but let's see. Engine room. Let's see if it can crash. Or they will eat through the hull. I think they are eating through the hull. And... boom! Nope, that wasn't fast enough to actually cause damage. Let's just have it in full forward mode. And then see if those things are actually eating through the hull. Doesn't look like it. The game has a fairly steep learning curve, in a way. No, they're not eating through the hull. Oh, I think we already crashed. Oh, there we go. Now we crashed. And it didn't really cause any damage, so... we're still in full forward mode, and we're still moving, though. So if I look at one of these periscopes... There we go. Still moving. I think those fish were just interested... No, look. They actually ate through the hull a little bit. Do you see those specks? That's damage in the hull. Ooh. That was a big bump. Let's see. Still no hull damage. Anyway. I mean, I could just go and open the bloody airlock, but I think it's wired so you cannot open the other doors. If you do that, let's see. Like that. There we go. So now you've got water in the sub, which will of course mean that if you open the doors to let it settle on the bottom, the bilge pumps will take care of that. There we go. But there's a lot of complexity to this game. Like I said before, you have to take care of oxygen, fuel, health of people, energy, the fact that things can break down, and so on and so forth. And the really cool thing is, if you really, really want to get into the complexity while playing the game, you can actually demount, for example, these buttons and wiring, and rewire things to your liking. Of course, usually you don't want to do that, but in a pinch, if you have a serious problem, you could rewire, I don't know, the engine to the batteries, for example, just to get that last bit out of the sub. If the... oh, there's still some water in there. So that's a really cool thing. But like I said, right now, there's not much to the campaign. It's more of a sandbox. I cannot really show you the multiplayer, how it works, because, well, let's be frank. It's got voice... it's got a voice feature, so some of the people with microphones will be talking. And as you can imagine, it is usually expletive-filled fest of egomaniacs. It's weird. Sometimes, a couple of days, I had some brilliant games where it was really enjoyable, and then a couple of other days, I couldn't get a single game in because immediately someone started griefing and just destroying the sub and killing everyone. And let me tell you, there are so many systems here that allow griefing. It's crazy. Now, here's the really cool thing. In the main menu, you've got a Steam Workshop, obviously. You've got a character editor where you can actually create characters. I haven't tried this at all, so I don't know how exactly that works, but you can edit pretty much everything. It's pretty cool. But the really cool thing for me is the Submarine editor. I love that stuff. And I've been working on the shark. There you go, look at that. I've been working on the shark. And this will give you a very good idea of just how complex this game can be, or is, pretty much. The learning curve is steep for playing, but the learning curve for building submarines is even steeper. But it does give you then an extremely good idea of how everything works, more or less, because, you know, every sub will be wired a little bit differently. But the really cool thing is, okay, we see everything, right? Let's turn on the lighting so we can see how the lighting works. It's pretty nice, right? And yeah, I spent a little bit of time. I wanted to do a reactor temperature thingy here, but I haven't gotten the wiring just right yet. I've got some signal components here, but I thought that the wiring from the reactor temperature output worked differently than it does. I'll have to look that up. There's no documentation yet. There's some fan-made stuff about how things work, but don't expect to just pick this up and learn it yourself. The best thing to do is open up an existing sub and then just start slow. I did this wrong because I started with a big sub. I created this giant thing instead of creating something small to learn all the wiring and stuff. But let me show you this. So we've got waypoints. Ignore that because they don't work just yet for me, and I don't exactly know how they work. I put all this around like I saw in the other subs, but it doesn't seem to work. So this sub is not really usable with computer NPCs. You've got spawn points where people will spawn. That's self-explanatory. You've got links. Let me actually turn this on off. You've got links. For example, the oxygen generator has to be linked to all of these vents. So there's a vent, there's a vent. Basically, every room you want to have oxygen needs to have a vent, and it needs to be connected to the oxygen generator. Of course, you can set your own settings for how much oxygen is generated, how much power consumption there is. So you can make some pretty overpowered subs by having them use no energy or some such. But then you've got the halls, which also denote which rooms are which, and so on. And the ballasts. You've got the gaps. There you go. But then we got to the really interesting part. And this is where I almost gave up, because I thought, oh man, are you serious? This is how complex it is? Wiring mode. Look at that. It might not seem like much right now, but look, if I go to the reactor, this is my temperature out, which I was trying to do with these signal thingies, but that didn't quite work. We've got power out, which supplies the entire sub. We've got meltdown warnings. I connected it to 2 lights in the reactor room, which then start flashing red if there's a meltdown, and also 2 emergency sirens, one in the reactor room and one here, where you can also shut the reactor down. But everything needs its power connections, its signal connections. For example, I spent a little bit of time on an airlock here, which means that you cannot just flood the sub with water as you enter from the outside. It will check the water level first. I'm just showing you this as an example of how complex this game can get. So I placed a water detector here, which means that when these doors are either open or closed, depending on these ones. These ones are always open and these ones are always closed, or vice versa. But when you open this, it floods it with water, and of course this will be closed because otherwise it won't let you. Actually, did I do it like that? I don't think I did. Huh, I'll have to think about that. Anyway, it floods it with water. This water detector sends out a signal to all these and components, not components, signal check, which means that if there we go. deselect the walls, you can see more of the connections going on. Now this will mean that, I think it'll close, no, it'll make sure that, first of all, these doors are closed. Then, that's how I did it. Yeah, these doors are closed. Then it'll make sure that there is actually water here, which will send a signal to the end gate. Then it will make sure that the pump starts working, and as the water goes down, this will deactivate, meaning that it will allow you to open these doors. These switches will do nothing if there is water in this area. And I also created components and everything and wiring for these lights here, and I said wait for green. So you've got a red light when there's water in the airlock and a green light for when you're free to open this. And of course I realized that sometimes in an emergency, you know, maybe there's a hull breach here and this water will never go down. You might still want to get out, so I placed a override switch here on one of the custom signals here. Aft airlock override and upper airlock override. So the aft ones is the second signal. It goes to both of these doors and it pretty much toggles them again. Both will not be open, so in case there is a breach here, you won't just flood the entire sub, but you can force these doors with the override switch. So, you know, I won't lie, I'm kind of proud of this sub. There's still a few kinks to work out, and it doesn't work with AI just yet. But this is so cool. I love this. There's so much you can do with these things because you've got all these components here. Look. And adder, divider, delay components, equals, greater, FPGA circuit, which is a field programmable gate array, haven't even touched that one yet, or not, multiply, motion detectors, smoke detectors, and so on and so forth. There's so much you can automate in the sub if you want to wire it, and if you want to figure out how it works. It's absolutely brilliant, and also quite complex. So this is, I just wanted to show you how cool the systems underneath the game are, you know, because at first I thought it was just, oh cool, you know, it's a sub and there's a few items. I thought as soon as you place this down, that lets you control the sub. The end. No, you have to wire it power, you have to wire it to the engine, to the ballast tanks, everything has to be wired correctly. It's absolutely brilliant. So in this respect, this is bloody amazing. Some of the people have been complaining on the Steam page that the game is too expensive. I think it's $30. But to be honest, if you ask me, my logic is a game has to give me 1 hour of entertainment for every $1 I paid, or every €1. And I have over 30 hours of gameplay in this already, and I'm still really enjoying it. And it's only very sort of, in a way, basic with the missions and such, but it's so much fun, even with multiplayer, even with griefers, you know? When you find a good crew, it's just so much fun. For the learning curve, I do suggest trying out the assistant first. When you go to multiplayer, by the way, I can't show you this right now because it's immediately going to go into voice chat probably. The annoying thing is you cannot sort it by ping, or there are some filters, no password or hide empty servers, for example, but you cannot sort it by anything at the moment. But like I said, this is early access. But I do suggest you select assistant as your first preference, which means that you won't really have any major tasks on a boat. The captain is very important, obviously. Security as well has to do its own thing. Engineers as well. Mechanics, sort of general purpose. But assistants are just... Nobody will bat an eye if you don't do much as an assistant. You can run around, learn the ins and outs of the sub, repair things, and so on and so forth. So, you know, that's pretty darn cool. You should definitely do that. Anyway, I will also show you some co-op action with Jesdimal here. But yeah, there you go. Let's see the co-op action, which can get very interesting as well. Alright, so I've got Jesdimal here. Say hi, Jesdimal.
Hi, Jesdimal.
That's like in Pulp Fiction. Right, the multiplayer screen is pretty cool if you're hosting your own game. You can select your submarine. You've got 3 various game modes: sandbox, mission, and campaign, and some other stuff. So it's pretty cool considering it's still early access. We're gonna try a campaign which is at the moment a bit bugged. We're gonna start with my submarine, the Shark. Okay, MetalCanyon. Just gonna do that like always.
I'll have to run downstairs immediately and let all the people out of the door they're stuck in.
So the cool thing is that you can do a campaign in multiplayer with your friends as well, which I think is fantastic because it involves, again, buying and selling stuff and crew and so on and so forth. Right now it's, like I said, it's a little bit basic, and in multiplayer, as far as we've found out, the campaign is completely bugged in the sense that the bots will obey your commands right at the start for the first mission, but after you dock, that's it. They will refuse to do anything for you except take your suits. Alright, so
and drop them on the ground, yeah.
Jeez. We got medical item transport, killing a tiger thresher, or terminate a swarm. I was kind of hoping for an artifact run, but that's okay. We can find our own, I suppose.
We don't need another artifact. I'm scared of artifacts.
Tiger thresher. Yeah.
Okay.
We've gone into a few of the alien ruins, and they were fun. They were really creepy.
They're very creepy. And I'm more dangerous than the monster sometimes, though. So.
Yeah, that's true. She shot me a couple of times with a spear.
Accidental.
It's just it's bad. Okay, so I've got this.
Oh, no, I fell down the ladder and I'm injured.
Already?
Yeah, don't judge. Okay, I need to go get my stuff.
I'll have these guys operate the guns. Here, I can help you with Monty Newton. Alright. So, I've worked a long time on this ship.
Nice ship.
And it's still not,
everything seems to be okay.
Working just fine. Alright, you ready to go?
Yes.
Let's make sure that everything's in order.
Know where my wrenches are.
Let's get going. So we have to kill a tiger thresher. Should be quite fun. But yeah, as we found out, even if you're just 2 friends playing together, this game, the fun factor goes up exponentially. And if you get even more friends that are willing to play properly, so, you know, not just being stupid, it gets very, very fun. Because you make progress, and you make progress in the campaign.
Did you switch the guns? They seem reversed still. Down here.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay.
Zachary,
yeah.
get off the gun! Oh no. Okay, what are you doing, Monty? You're just standing there. Are you stuck in the door?
I told him to try and help you if you're injured, but I suppose I can just have him repair damaged systems, even though he's a medic, but... What do you mean? Everything's working all right. Okay, Tiger Thresher, 170 meters. He's coming from the top right, from the front of the sub.
Is there anyone on the guns up there?
Yeah, there are. Here he goes.
Okay.
I want you on the bottom guns.
Okay.
It's coming. It's pretty big.
Stop. Okay, I got it. Gosh darn it, I'm on the small gun.
Alright. Go and get it. It's below the ship now.
Wow! Okay. That wasn't me shooting. I'm there. I don't see anything.
I'll move closer so you can maybe get him.
Oh, there he is.
Oh! Well...
I shot him in the head. Yay! We won! He's beautiful! Bye! See you later!
Let me show it to
wow.
to the people watching as well. Wait. Let me put this on autopilot, maintain position.
He's floating away.
Let me see, where is it? Oh wow, that's... it's still... Oh god, it's still, like, dying. Ugh.
Is it? Because
yeah, it was
dead
going
to me.
Moving.
Well, I noticed the enemies have multiple sections to them, so when they do move, I like how it looks, you know, animated like dolls or something, like ball jointed, but I don't know. It just makes them look more evil when they're swimming towards you.
It's really cool, especially because you can, because of the system of various bones and stuff, you can actually shoot various limbs off of enemies, including decapitation.
Yes,
that also goes for players when there's hungry monsters inside and they eat your head, which they did to me and my legs, I believe.
My head exploded. No.
Okay, so we are about to dock here. So unfortunately, my crew is going to stop obeying orders for me now. I'm pretty sure that's a bug because it's just completely different. And like I said, this is still very, very early access, but we're gonna try to show you a artifact hunt, which is very cool, I would say. Just go to passive sonar.
Okay, we're doing okay right now. Nothing's over voltage or low voltage,
okay.
So...
I'm really wondering what causes that then. So I did build the sub correctly, but it seems that if there's no maintenance, those things start spiking with voltage. I don't know. Even though that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. There we go. Let's dock. And we've docked.
Are we gonna float away like last time?
Yeah, it usually happens. I think the game stops the mission before it actually docks. That's why it appears that the sub is going somewhere. All right, let's show everyone another one. Killing a hammerhead, 2,000 credits. Terminate a swarm. Ah, darn it! There's no artifacts here.
I really wish there was artifacts because maybe we'll find a ruin because maybe there's just one around.
Yeah, we could. They're sort of easy-ish to spot on the sonar, but you have to be within...
Oh no, I was kicked from the server.
Oh.
Missing custom hatch.
Oh, okay. That was a bit weird.
I'll have to rejoin.
Okay, you rejoin. I'll pause the video. Alright, crisis over. We had some kind of a weird error. I just restarted the game, but like I said, a few bugs here and there. It's an early access. We got killing a Moloch, which is that big jellyfish type thing.
Oh wow, it rewards 5,000 credits. It's aggressive.
Let's do that.
Let's kiss it to death.
I think my submarine might be slightly overpowered. But
what, are we gonna look at it and it's just gonna go and die?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Alright.
So should I tell my story?
Yes, go and tell your story because it's pretty funny.
Okay. So once upon a time, I did the tutorial. How dare you shut the door in my face, Margaret? You're too old to be on this ship. And I was running around after the tutorial, and MetalCanyon and I were playing together, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go down to these pumps, and I'm going to make sure they're working, and I look at them, and I'm like, okay, I think I need to put them up all the way, which on the bar, it's out and in. So I was pumping all the water into the ship, the submarine, the entire time, and everyone's freaking out, putting on suits, and I don't know why.
And
I think I'm doing good. And I did the tutorial.
I was piloting the submarine, trying to figure out why the heck do we have we cannot rise. We're sinking all the time.
Everyone
despite
was
the fact that I pumped out all the water, and then I figured out that there was quite a lot of water in some other rooms.
And then I went, oh no, I did it the wrong way. I went to all the pumps and I thought I turned them on. And so all of them were pumping water in, every single one.
Yes.
I'm sorry about that. I really am.
That was really funny. But yeah, that's the kind of hilarity you will have with your friends when you're learning about the game. And the coolest thing is, it doesn't matter. It's really fun even when you fail, because it's just chaos when you do fail, usually.
Yeah, I should bring bandages, because I have a feeling you might get stabbed by me again, and I don't want that to happen.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to heal you.
Oh my god, you shot me so many times. Twice with a harpoon.
Accidental.
Yes, accidentally shot me twice. Yes, that too.
Yes,
I was bleeding to death in an alien ruin, in a suit, running out of oxygen.
Well, do you remember when we brought in the artifact and it set you on fire, so you threw it out the back? And the artifact with the oxygen?
Artifacts are so cool. They're very creepy because when you get in, at least the first few times when you're playing the game and getting artifacts, and there's a few different artifacts, you don't know what they will do. So, it's coming from the top, and it's coming fast, 180 meters. Oh, bloody hell, it's, oh no. Amanda,
Is there already people on the top?
Okay, let me get this. Where is it? Oh,
Okay,
it's coming. It's huge!
Is it big? Is it really
It's
big?
huge!
It's huge!
Shoot it! Oh no, it's pushing us down! We're gonna have...
No! I can't
killed
target determine. I didn't even get to see it.
Yeah, you'll see it on the... I wanted to show it on the video, sorry. That is
that's fine.
giant.
It needs to be on the video.
And
I was
now-
just running around trying not to kill everybody.
And now the autopilot is pushing it back up.
Okay, let me see.
Okay.
I can't see up at the top of the boat. The ship, I mean.
I might have...
submarine.
The double turrets I put on this submarine might be slightly overpowered, but I did... It does have twice the ammo consumption. There we go.
Well, they didn't say we had to keep any pieces of the aliens. We can... Wow! What the hell is that?
What is what?
What? Is that the jellyfish?
Yeah. You like it?
No, I don't. I hate it. It's... Well, actually, it's very pretty, but...
Look at it on the
I just
sonar.
took
Okay.
off. Look, I'm taking off its tentacles. Die. And I'm shooting the tentacles around. Get out of here.
See.
Okay.
Oh my god! I just... Okay, go in this turret. Go in this other turret.
Okay.
Enjoy
are
the
you
view.
inside of it? Okay, I don't want to. Let's see.
Click on it.
No! It's a I'm gonna shoot it. No, get that out of my face.
Oh, that's so cool. Look at the effects.
Hey, you know what? We should go outside and
Uh-oh.
Oh god, why is there water
Oh,
coming
bloody-
in? He's wrecking the ship. Are you sure? Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. We have to fix
I'm
it
not
quickly.
Prepared. I don't have... Okay.
What the heck happened?
It's my job.
Oh, we landed.
Prepare! I fixed it.
Okay, we still got...
I did it.
I think
No,
we
he
still
was
got
ramming
water
the
coming
ship.
in.
I gotta open this door and let the water go out downstairs to the pumps.
How the hell do we have water coming in
He was
in the middle of the sub?
He was making sweet love to the ship, and he wrecked the ship by ramming into
That
it.
was weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
I fixed it.
Yeah, I think we're fine for now.
No. Is that the right thing to do? I let the water drain down
Yes.
to the...
You
Gosh
always...
darn it!
If the sub is
diving
done
suits
right,
down here.
you should always let the water drain to the bottom because that's where the ballast pumps are.
There are, one guy decided to panic and get a suit, and it's now on the ground. So I better put that back.
Wait, it says it's still water here. I don't see any water. It's interesting. I think we
didn't
might
see
have
any more
impacted
water.
the... Oh, there's some water here. I mean, I think we hit the ground, the bottom of the ocean here.
Oh, do you think that
And
there's a...
the front of the ship did had a bit of damage, but not much.
Okay, should I,
No, we're fine. All right,
Okay, so they let me wear a diving suit and a diving mask. That is the dumbest thing ever.
Really? They
Yeah, I
shouldn't?
had both on at the same time.
I don't think you can. Can you?
I just did.
Okay.
Because I had to... Oh, gosh! Because I had to take one back, and I already had the
That's
mask
interesting.
on. Yeah. Let me
I
fix
don't
this. It says
think
this-
we will find any alien ruins here. Actually, what if I go down there?
I'm repairing this. It's broken.
Slow down. There you go. Okay, let's see.
Let me look just to make sure, but I had this on so I could breathe to do the welding, and then I grabbed one of these. Yeah, I have both on. The
Okay.
diving suit and the
Interesting.
diving mask. I think it's using the diving mask's oxygen, though.
Wow, I'm threading the submarine through a needle's eye. Don't want to scrape that. Where the heck did I think we're out of the game world now.
Oh no, are we falling through the game ocean?
I found a little hole in the way the game makes the edges where you have to go is it sort of creates this pathway like a raceway with rocks and stuff, and I found a little hole to go through, and now we're out in the open and there's nothing there. I'm gonna try to go down below 2 kilometers where it says that most subs collapse due to pressure.
Are we gonna... Okay, do I need to get a suit on?
You can, but you're never gonna get out of here alive.
I didn't expect to get out of here alive. I got on this submarine knowing that I would not be home with my family. I'm stuck in a door. Okay, okay, let me help. There's 2 people stuck in this door.
So let me see.
Does any of this stuff have to be repaired? No.
Okay, this works good.
Says there needs to be repair there, but I don't believe it because I was just there.
Oh yeah, here.
There's broken devices.
Yeah, this monitor over here is broken. Okay, 1600 meters. Yeah, we've played a fair few missions now together, and we've always had a lot of fun, even if things went wrong.
Oh yeah, my head exploded, like I said, and it was fun.
And I think the most fun we've had was exploring alien ruins, because you have to come prepared. You have to take some extra oxygen, welding stuff, cutting stuff. Have to have empty spaces for artifacts. You have to avoid traps. You have to go through some simple puzzles in the alien ruins. It's pretty cool. Okay.
Also, when you pick up the artifacts that make you go slow, and you have to be willing to take a very slow swim back to your submarine.
Are you ready? We're at 1900 meters. At 2000 it says that most subs collapse, but I don't know if they actually implemented that. I think we have some chunks of that jellyfish on our ship still.
I think we do too.
They're
I'm just waiting to see us.
Uh-oh. And is it just going to be an instant death? We're approaching 2000.
Sorry, I shot.
And 2 kilometers. Doing good so far.
Yay, we're amazing.
We've got no water. You know what? We could sink faster if we get some water into the airlocks.
Do you want me to turn the pumps on in the airlocks?
Yeah. There. Okay, there. Let's close that. I need to make sure that this cannot be manipulated like that. Oh, see, this one cannot. Oh, wait. There we go. Yes, it can. Okay, it turned red because there's water in the air now. Alright.
It keeps on saying the supply thing is broken, but I can't fix it.
Let's see. Oh, dangerous pressure, it says.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Descent
What's
velocity.
that gauge that popped up? Why is there a gauge
26.
on the right-hand side?
Oh!
Oh, God! Oh, Jesus!
Oh, no!
What's happening?
Oh.
I'm gonna go on a thing. Wait, I want to check outside.
Oh, no!
Oh, no! What are you doing?
I need a suit!
Is our ship crushing? Oh, my gosh!
Yes, it is!
No! Oh, no! Oh, no! I can see the... Oh, no! I can see the outside of the ship from the inside. If
Oh, no!
Oh, no! Look at that! Oh, no! There's blood everywhere!
Take some oxygen! Oh, no! You've been crushed by water pressure! Oh, wow, even with a suit. Oh, look at the ship. It got completely crushed.
I was on the turret, and when you look outside, you can then see the inside of the ship because pieces, like, come off. I was seeing you running around on the top, and no!
It's
don't
still
open door.
descending very fast.
Oh, you really put a don't open door warning there because of me, probably.
Where?
Because I like to open doors. It says, warning, do not open doors for strangers. Call front desk to verify.
No, I had that a while. We're still descending. That was cool.
Zoom out all the way and watch us just...
Well, there you go. That was a preview, a long preview of Barotrauma. Thanks to Jesdimal for doing this crazy stuff with me.
I love this game. I'm not good at it, but I love it and has so much room for improvement, but it's still a great game anyway.
I think the $30 is completely worth it if you've got some friends to play with. The only reason why I'm not giving this game the coveted MetalCanyon seal of approval just yet is because of the bugs and because I think the campaign could use a little bit of stuff, but it's so cool. We're definitely going to be playing more of this game.
Oh yeah. What I meant to say that it has a lot of potential. There's some things that need to be improved, but overall, the experience is amazing.
Yes. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.